And my dear brothers, what a beautiful initiative, mashallah. All the brothers are together, 450 brothers for the sake of deen. You've only gathered on this group only for Allah. And inshallah, Allah will unite us for this reason and in Jannah, inshallah. So my dear brothers, the topic that the brother was there was saying, common problems within the Muslim youth and guidance on how to solve them. Subhanallah, if you ask me on the spot, a few things that come to my mind, straight away comes to my mind is the problem of social media. And the second problem that comes to my mind straight away is the problem of disobedience to the parents. Wallahi, as soon as Uzair said to me, these two things came straight to my mind. My dear brothers, may Allah save me also. And whatever I talk about is for myself first. That the biggest problem we are facing today is this social media. The time we're spending on it. We're online on Facebook, TikTok and all these things. But if we ask ourselves, when were we last online on the Qur'an, we will not even remember. Years upon years have passed by, my dear brothers, that some of us have not even looked at the Qur'an, let alone even opening it. So this social media has wrecked our entire life, our time, and completely moved us away from Allah. We will say on the phone till 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I have parents coming to complain to me, Ustaji, my child, he stays awake till 3 o'clock in the morning watching movies and on the PlayStation, but he doesn't wake up for Fajr namaz. My dear brothers, Allahu Akbar. At the time when we are on our social media in the night, 2 3 o'clock in the morning, that was the time when Allah, subhanallah, this hadith comes to my mind, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that time comes with the first guy, and he says to the nearest effect, هَلْ مِن مُسْتَرْزِقٍ فَأَرْزُقُ لَهُ. Is there anybody who wants some rizq and sustenance? I will provide him rizq, sustenance. Is there anybody who wants hidayat? I will grant him hidayat. This is the time when Allah is mutawajjih to the ummah. This is the time where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He wants His ummah, His servants to come to Him, and this is the time when we are wasting our time on social media. Allahu Akbar. How would Allah look at us at that time? And my dear brothers, Allahu Akbar, forget watching movies. We have gone to an extent of haram. I don't even want to say the name of the things our youth is watching, my dear brothers. You'll probably even get the picture of what I'm talking about. Allahu Akbar, the things the youth is watching. My dear brothers, even watching, if watching the wrong is the zina of the eyes, the adultery of the eyes, my dear brothers. So we need to remove our time and our eyes away from the haram, my dear brothers. Instead of flicking away on TikTok videos, and Facebook videos, Instagram videos, my dear brothers, we need to try to build a connection with the Qur'an. Allahu Akbar, my dear brothers, we don't understand what a great book Allah has given us. إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ فَأَبَيْنَ أَنْ يَحْمِلْنَهَا وَأَشْفَقْنَ مِنْهَا وَحَمَلَهَا الْإِنسَانِ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I gave this amanat book, إِنَّا عَرَضْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَالْجِبَالِ. I gave it to the skies and the earth and the jibal and the mountains. And they said, no, we can't take the burden of the Qur'an. Such a great book. In Ibn Kathir it says, they cried to Allah for 2 or 3 days that, Ya Allah, please, we cannot handle such a great book. Such a great book Allah has given us. This is how we get out of this problem. That we take away our time away from social media and come to the Qur'an, my dear brothers. And wallahi, Allah has called this kitab Nurun wa Kitabun Mubin. Allah has called this kitab Nur. This is a light. As soon as we start reading the Qur'an, learning the Qur'an, my dear brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will fill our heart with nur. And Allah will remove the depressions and the stresses and everything of this world, my dear brothers. وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكَ. Whoever turns away from my zikr and my remembrance, I will make his life very hard. That's one of the reasons why we're struggling today, is because we've turned away from zikr of Allah. And then on the other hand, Allah says, أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ. That by doing the remembrance of Allah, in the zikr of Allah, I will give you peace and tranquility. So my dear brothers, first of all, we need to get off this social media. A complete waste of time. Wallahi, sometimes you'll be sitting there and we don't even know what you're watching. You're just flicking through it. No benefit of the dunya and the akhirah. Yeah? And then on the other hand, if you start reading the Quran, I was reading a hadith today that if we say Alif Lam Mim, Alif is a separate word, Lam is a separate word, and Mim is a separate word. On Alif will get 10 rewards, and Lam will get 10 rewards, and Mim will get 10 rewards. And each and every letter we read from the Quran, we will get 10 rewards for it. More and more rewards, and peace will come to our hearts. And number 2, my dear brothers, time is getting short. Subhanallah, 6 minutes. Number 2, my dear brothers, I'll finish very quickly, is our parents. Allahu Akbar. Who gave us everything, who were the means of us coming to this world. My dear brothers, we all going to the Sheikh, make dua for me. Pir Sahib, make dua for me. Wallahi, my dear brothers, the biggest peer in this world, the biggest Sheikh in the world for us is our father. The hadith says, the happiness of Allah is in the happiness of the father. And the sadness of Allah is in the sadness of the father. Qasam on Allah, my dear brothers. If we disobey our parents, Allah will be very sad with us and very angry with us. And if our parents go happy with us, then forever and ever there'll be happiness. I was reading the Quran yesterday. وَإِذَا خَذْنَا مِيثَاقَ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ لَا تَعْبُدُونَ إِلَّا اللَّهَ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Bani Israel, La ta'buduna illa Allah, don't worship anybody but Allah. And the second thing Allah said to them straight after his ibadat, He said, وَبِالْوَالِدِينِ إِحْسَانًا, and be good to your parents. I was walking on Ladypool Road. I'm being frank, it's like a WhatsApp, this ain't a big speech or anything. And I was walking on Ladypool Road doing some work, and I seen an Asian little lad shouting on the phone with his mom. What have we come to? So my dear brothers, we need to respect our parents. And the Qur'an says, وَخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ. Allahu Akbar, brother, over there. The Qur'an over here, it says, put the wings of humility down. Meaning, when you have a slave, how does a slave talk to the master? He puts his shoulders down, doesn't it? So the Qur'an is saying the same thing. That when you stand in front of your parents, put your shoulders down the way the slave bows down to the master. This is how we were supposed to be to our parents. And today, my dear brothers, we think we're the dads, and the father become the son. Qasam Allah, swear by Allah, whoever's parents go sad with him from this world, he should forget about it. Unless Allah wants to forgive him later on, Allah is Ghafur Rahim. But a person's parents who've gone sad with him, they're in deep trouble. So these two things are literally on the spot. I had to talk about something. Two things that came to my mind, my dear brothers. Number one, we need to cut down the social media and build a connection with the Quran. And from this I remember the hadith where Ali radiallahu said, we were sitting with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to us that a time is coming when fitna will fall upon you to the nearest effect. And Ali radiallahu anhu, instead of saying, what fitna will it be? Will it be the Dajjal? Will it be this? Will it be that? He never said this. He said, Mal makhraju minha ya Rasulullah. How will we stay away from the fitnas? And upon this, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Al-Qur'an. Qur'an is the way out of these fitnas. That's why, my dear brothers, we read the Qur'an and we go to the shuyukh with our scholars, and inshallah we learn the meaning of the Qur'an. We understand the Qur'an, and through this we'll get more connection with our Qur'an, inshallah, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Number two, our parents, we look after them. And number three, something came to my mind right now, is we're in universities, mashallah. Inshallah, we'll get the highest degrees. My father just said to brother Uzair now, that Uzair, make sure you get top marks. We need our Muslim youth, inshallah, to get top marks, to be right on top, inshallah, to be the best doctors, to be the best engineers. But my dear brothers, before we doctors, before we engineers, before wherever we are Muhammadis. We are the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This comes first. We are from the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then we are doctors and engineers. That comes number two. We bring the lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to our life. And amongst this, my dear brothers, is the free mixing in universities. We try to keep away from the non-mahram. The women, to the girls that are not mahram to us, we don't talk to them. It's haram. This is causing a great fitna in the ummah. But this maybe is something else we can talk about another day, inshallah. May Allah give me the ability. May Allah give me hidayat and all of us hidayat, inshallah. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.